Stop lining up for your death. Hey guys, welcome back to the Omegus SMP server. I am Amros, and we are in our nether hub. If this was easier to get to, I might actually consider using that path there to get to my base, or at least the Guardian farm. But right now we're just using Creeper's Tunnel. But we are up here because, well, if you saw last episode, you noticed that we were a little light on our prismarine tile blocks that go in between all the glass blocks that we got last episode from our flower farm. Yes, I went and idled there, got all those flowers, and then turned that all to the light blue stained glass. Got all that in place, but now we got a lot of columns that we need prismarine tile blocks for. And granted, we only need like 4 stacks of the ink sacks, and I could just fly around here and kill these guys, pick some up like so. But where's the fun in that? Seriously. So we're going to do something that I had planned from a long time ago. I'm thinking you might have seen it in like an episode, like 12 episodes ago. It's a long time. But over in this area, let's see. Food. Right here, we actually have the Ink Quill shop coming soon. This is a shop that I was planning on doing right here. Figured it would fit quite nicely. And what I wanted to do was do an ink farm underneath the shop so that it would just continually replenish with ink. The only downside about doing that is, like, within 60 blocks we have the river right here. It runs way over to there, and I think there's a little bit more over there. So it wouldn't be that efficient to do it right here. So what I'm thinking I'll do is move it. I was kind of measuring out a little bit just before we started recording here, and I'm thinking if I put the shop right here, it'll fit quite nicely. Now this isn't as big of a spot as over there, but I think it'll work. It'll be right up against our iron farm. I'll keep it kind of low profile so it doesn't quite intrude on the space. I moved our beacon over here because I really like beacons. Haste 2, yes, there's going to be a lot of digging involved. So if anyone wants to prank me by putting 100 beacons in my base, you're more than welcome to. But what I'm thinking we'll do is actually put the ink farm underneath the iron shop here, this little iron golem. I could put it inside the golem. No, it'd be too hard to get stuff out. Yeah. So I'm thinking we'll build the ink farm under here. I had a design in mind that's not gonna work so well in 1.8. The squids kind of no longer pay attention to the directionality of the water. They don't flow downwards with downward flowing water anymore. So we kind of have to trick them into swimming out the sides of a spawning area and then fall. And probably the best way to do that and still take advantage of clustered spawning, looks like we'll have to fill this in, would be, well, kind of like Doc M's squid mother farm that he came up with. And I am basically going to do that, but underground, so we won't see it. It'll be out of the way, and it'll be just under our iron farm here, or shop. I keep calling it an iron farm. There's no iron farming here. But it's going to be at Y63, so just under that block there. So actually we won't need to remove this water because no squids can spawn in it. It's not low enough. But fortunately, this is high enough that we could go underneath without intruding on our shop. So I'm going to go ahead and get some prep work done, and we'll see you in a sec. The one other thing that I forgot to get is ice. There's actually a little bit of a trick with the falling water in this design that requires ice so that we don't have a block update. Or more precisely, so we do have a block update, but one that doesn't update the water. It's kind of weird. I'll show you in a bit, but we definitely need a little bit of an ice tray. I'm just making a manual one at the moment. And we'll get right back over to where we're prepping the farm. Alright, things have happened. We have down here a nice little area that we cut. And we have a nice little hallway, some water, just everything we'll need for our squid farm. And of course, stuff. Lots of stuff. Now, I went and hollowed out a little bit over here, and we prepped the ceiling with basically, I'm going to put water right here and so forth, and it'll be a nice little grid. And this will make the water close enough that we'll get some group spawning. And if the squid even so much as moves to the left or right, it'll swim out and fall all the way down to the bottom, which is this level right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this all cut out, and it's a lot to do, but it shouldn't be too bad. We got our haste 2 beacons, so I'll get this all mined out and we'll be able to actually put the water in, do a collection system down at the bottom. We'll be good to go. Alright, we have our hole dug. It's actually a couple blocks lower than the spawning level for the squids because we need to put a killing system, an item sorter, or at least a collector. Item collector, that's the word we're looking for. So we put the buckets of water here, and they'll just flow right down and land on top of the ice. I made a nice little catch basin out of glass. And the reason we did this is because we put a light source here. It'll eventually melt the ice. Come on, eventually melt. There we go. So now we have a floating block of water. We just break the glass and we'll have nice little water with nothing under it. I'm going to go ahead and place this grid the rest of the way across the room here. It's pretty simple. Bit of dirt and then some ice like so. And I'll just repeat that across the entire room. And we'll be able to go through, place our water, and melt the ice. And just place the water. Lots of water. There's 3. There, and there. Now we can melt the ice. Let's see if that's close enough. That definitely will be. Oh, we don't want to do that. About there. There we go. This might take a little bit. This allows us to then break glass. And we have floating water. Oh, here's another one. We don't want to get rid of these ones yet, since this ice has not yet melted. Alright, we have completed all of the water curtains and have everything down to, well, we still have to do the collection stuff, but yep, look at that. It is working. We just have to idle out in that direction about 20 blocks and we'll start getting stuff. But as you can hear, we got zombies. So that's probably going to hurt us with the mob cap. So I'm going to have to go and light up a bunch of caves as well. Yeah, annoying things. Now for the water drop, maybe what I'll do is just wash everything to the middle. Just have a line of water over here and just have everything flow into the center. That actually sounds like a pretty easy thing. The only downside is I have to kill the squids. Right now they just land on here and suffocate. Maybe I'll make a cooker. That sounds fun. Alright, we have the makings of a rudimentary cooker. I have half the floor done here. I'm just half slabbing on top of hoppers, and we're just kind of zigzagging them through the floor so we get good dispersion, some good coverage. That way we don't kind of have a row of stuff that everything goes to and then out from there. And that is one way to do it, but you can get that one row kind of clogged. This one, it only clogs up once it finally gets all the way down here to these last group of hoppers that feed into our one exit, and we'll just run it off that way in item elevator the items up into the actual shop. But let's go ahead and show you how the cooker part works. Let's get some of these buckets. There we go. So we can put there. Lava will flow out 4 spaces. Oh yes, I forgot I did not get all of the gates in place. Thank you for reminding me, lava. Let's see, it was there. And now it should spread evenly. I have a few spots that are like that, unfortunately. Okay, so now it just means we have to have a little bit of a pattern, like so. I went and found... How dare you. There is a spot right here that's missing a gate that it was gravitating to. There we go. And let's pick that one up. Good thing I got fire protection. There, yes. Fire protection. Very, very useful thing to have when playing in lava. Let's see if that spreads out. Yep, there we go. So now I just get to place lava like that down in strategic spots all around down here. Go. And probably another one right here. There. Okay. And we'll have a spot for the squids to actually fall into the lava and then lay on these half slabs, burning to death. And this will actually kill them about twice as fast as allowing them to just suffocate, which should increase our rates ever so slightly. And the lava should be high enough up that it does not burn the ink sacs. So I'm going to go ahead and finish placing all of the hoppers and the lava, and I'll show you what it looks like. Not from down here, of course, because that will burn, but from up there. There it is. We have our area all done and completed. Nice amount of lava, and behind there we have a dropper that we're going to have to wire up to spit all of our ink sacs along a water channel. We're going to have it go right out to our little shop. The reason I built it on the far side of the iron golem here is so hopefully when we're standing here in our shop doing our thing, that we'll be far enough away from this side that we'll at least get a few things spawning in there and dying. Come on, die. Go away. few things spawning and dying so that the shop will get replenished while people are buying stuff from it. Of course, as people are in the neighborhood, things will spawn anyway. I did get an opportunity to go through and light up pretty much every cave I could find underneath here within like 120 blocks. So as you can see, spawn rates have increased up here. Yeah, see, they're all coming out of the woodwork now. Well, I think we can whip out the shop in a quick little time lapse for you in the amount of time we have left, but let me show you this nice little build here real quick. Since it is Halloween season, October, we have someone who built a nice little pumpkin in here. I am not sure exactly who it was, but they have this pumpkin for a coal block, jack-o'-lantern for a coal block. Kind of tells me that it was Min. Throw money at the sheep, because there's little hoppers back there so that they can collect. And 3 cookies for a coal block, 4 pumpkin pies for 2 coal blocks. Yeah, it probably was Min. But we have a pumpkin farm over by our villager trading hall, so that might be where Min is stocking this thing from. But it's a great little idea. It's a great little base here with the eyes up there. I think it looks really nice. She did a great job. And if it wasn't Min, I'm sorry. But this was also Min's shop here, but this is her coal shop. And that's why I think it was her. See, the sheep standing on the hoppers. This one's in a minecart. But she has this fascination with coal. It's kind of funny. And just don't tell her I have a whole bunch. She might be like, oh, go buy stuff then. I gave her the coal that she used in her decoration there, so I've already given her some coal. But let's get on with our time lapse. have our little ink shop. It is in the shape of a inkwell with a feather. a quill coming out of the top here. I think it turned out pretty well, especially for being pretty off the cuff. I didn't really have this planned out, but yeah, little ink bottle. I might go ahead and change that over to like black wool with some glass around the top or something, just so it's a little more obvious what's going on here, and it'll make it a little easier to hide some of this stuff. I'm basically gonna item elevator stuff out of the ground. I got a little water stream that runs right to here, and it's actually right here, and it'll run and float the stuff right up to here. And I've been trying for the last little bit to get it to work, and nothing doing. It just kind of comes up and lands either here on top of the chest, or pops out front here, or even pops out the back. It's kind of weird, but we'll get that sorted out and probably show you in the next episode. But we are going to have to wrap it for this episode. And if you've liked this episode, go ahead and leave a like and have a flower. That's, yeah, there we go. And we will see you next time. Be sure to subscribe so you can get notified when the next episode comes out. And we will see you then.